It doesn't always hit. Like, so this is funny. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the middle of my workday, and I just thought, hey, I could have been doing delay throw there. Because I was trying to do low throws and they weren't working, but it's getting fuzzied a lot. And I was like, oh,
delay throw's
I could have
good.
just been doing delay throw.
Yeah, delay throw's good.
So it's not always immediate.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, too slow. The range on that is pretty surprising.
It is.
Oh,
this
nice.
This is actually a surprisingly good move. However, the thing I have to watch out for is if they start fuzzy guarding it on normal hit.
Fuzzy guarding
but
what?
The fuzzy guarding is 2G, 5G.
Oh.
If they get hit by this, so if they get hit by this, then the fuzzy guard is that. But if they block it, they have guaranteed damage. So yeah.
Yeah.
This backdash is a good safety though. It's not purely safe. It's risky. This is a delay throw intentionally, so that was good. That was really good to throw and come in.
Oh, we didn't break the neutral?
Nope.
That was reckless. Oh, missed the hit.
If you got the hit throw, that would have been so cool.
Missed the hit throw.
Do back throw him out of the ring.
Oh my god, that didn't reach. Oh, heavyweights are so hard to throw with that one.
It is.
If he was a lightweight would have been thrown over the fence for sure. Oh, I was talking. Yeah, I gotta practice that more. Ouch.
It's like you do the backdash, you're like, I'm clear, and then suddenly knees coming at me. You know? So I hope it's not too frustrating. Like I hope you can see, like, you know that I'm a very skilled player. So, but you also know that I'm showing you different applications of Jeffrey's move list. And they're fundamental applications. But they are, sometimes it's hard to see it, but the more you fight against it, the more you might see it, you know? Right? Like that was because I blocked something good, and then I did toe kick because it was safe to do. And then I tried to watch it, and oh my god, that wasn't so cool. Nice. Gotta punish this.
Oh my god.
It's minus 15, right?
Okay, so 6P doesn't seem to always reach there.
Yeah, 6K. His 6K doesn't have the best reach, but it's a good move. But I am playing in a way where I'm using this. I know my spacing, so that's the hard part for you too. Is you're dealing with my spacing. Oh, very nice.
That was close.
That was really good.
Nice.
Thanks. It was just slightly late, that's all.
Yeah. I'm not good at punishing, I guess.
It takes a while to get used to it in this game. The animations don't help it. Like, this game doesn't give... A lot of games have a big amount of hits done. This game, it's kind of little. Which is also why the reason we talk about buffering so much is because we kind of can't do it when we, like, after the fact. Right? We kind of have to do it while the attack looks like it's still in motion. So I'm doing ECD into here. The timing is when I'm going to do, just before I'm going to do the sidestep. So you see how, like, I crouch dash in and then I did the ECD? Then I did the evade. So you kind of want to time it so the throw would catch there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's like longer than I would expect.
Yeah. It's up to the opponent, right? Like, right now, I could be holding the crouch a little longer, because my way of doing ECD is to do ECD and then watch, and then do an option after that. And the problem with... The reason ECD is so good is it makes those full circular attacks suck. If the full circular attack's too slow, I can actually... Like, even though it's a failed evade, I cancel it into crouch dash and block in time. That's what makes ECD very scary against Jeffry. But you can also frame lock the opponent, you know, or do like a guard break or different things. But he doesn't really have like a big sweep or a small, like low sweep. Yeah. Very nice. The threat of the string made it so I wasn't going to retaliate right away. It's really good. So 4P has like a kick follow-up, right? So my instinct is don't attack right away. Even though you know, if I guessed, I could. But my instinct is like, there's this kick that's after me.
Yeah,
So
it's a kick follow-up.
You know? That's why delay strings are so good against, you know, players like me. Very good. At least you went with that punish when you're like, yeah, that'll be fast.
No. I delayed way too much. Okay. Ooh. That's not what's it? Oh yeah.
This was the option select, right? So this turns into an option select. Very good.
Why do I do that?
Very nice.
Too slow.
Very good.
Okay. Okay.
So practice cracking this.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Oh, shoot.
I found my moment. I was like, I found my moment.
Guard to escape still just not. I have to think about it too much.
Gotcha. Well, against Jeffrey, you can just do forward the whole time and just take the neutral and the back throws. Unless it's at the wall. But yeah, but I need to learn those combos first, and then I can apply them in the match. That was good. Oh, very good. Oh.
Gosh.
You're like, that's your fault for not executing. Nice, nice. Now you've got your backdash side toe kick. Boom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, I think the beginning of the combo you want to do 4-3 T plus K. I don't know. Didn't realize I was against the wall. Oh, nice. Got the evade.
Very nice. Whoa. Are you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
My wife just came out.
Okay, no problem. Did I get you in trouble with your family?
No. I think I'll do one. I got time for one more first to 5.
Okay, sounds good. Is this okay for you, this sparring session? I know it can be frustrating.
This is good. Getting hit with a lot of my stuff kind of really helps.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You can. Well, it's like you can see the opportunities. You're like, no, this stuff can work. You're like, and you know you can get there. I know that you can get there. So. If you know this jab's gonna touch, you want to be more self-assured, right? Like this. So like you're like, I know this jab will touch, so I'm going to be like, nice. That was really good. That was a good duck.
Oh no, disaster.
This kick.
I don't know.
This kick is so funny.
If I was going to, I should have done PP.
It doesn't look like it does any damage at all.
Oh, did I too slow? That could have been. That should have been round. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
No problem at all. You know I'm a family man too. Sounds good.
Oh wow. So one problem I have is like, if you have this big attack that's linear and I want to evade it.
Yeah.
I can't really do it just in neutral, right?
You can do it in neutral,
I'm
but
gonna
okay.
dash up, and I know you're gonna toke me.
So I was gonna teach at the end of this set. I was gonna teach you something. I can teach it to you now. So I was gonna teach it to you after this set. So especially when you're fighting, when I get you into, like if you're playing against other developing players, they don't always buffer, right? Just like you don't always buffer, right? And so if people are not always buffering, and also if you want to evade better in neutral, you want to delay the evade. So you do a backdash, and you kind of tell yourself to, well, first let's teach a basic movement. Do backdash, evade, backdash. So cancel the evade into a backdash. Yeah, you want to do this a lot. Like Jeffrey really should actually do this quite a bit. Okay, because you can cancel the backdash into an evade, and you can cancel the failed evade into another dash, right? And then you can do backdash, evade, crouch dash, right? It takes a little muscle memory to get used to it, but I especially on your downtime, you should practice back, up, back. You want to get good at this one on both player side. It's harder on the player one side to do this, and you want to get used to doing this on a song with stick. It's awkward. If you play on a Korean lever, this is actually not too bad to do. Okay, now the downside with backdash, evade, backdash, you're still there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the downside is go ahead and keep doing backdash, evade, backdash. Right?
Yeah.
It's me doing an attack to cause you to get a successful evade, right? And then you get stuck and I attack you. Right? It's a little hard to do, but a lot of times I'll just throw a jab just to do this, just to cause a successful evade. Right? And it'll cause this evade to be a successful evade, so you don't get it. So you do want to practice the muscle memory for this. Okay? And this is important because same for forward dash. When you fight somebody, you might want to forward dash evade.
What was that?
Forward dash into evade is also really good. And so you do this against somebody, like if you fight Silverbolt, you should do this technique. Because Silverbolt tries to attack, like, I swear the way he plays, I don't think he thinks he does this, but to me, it looks like he plays like when you play Street Fighter, and you gotta like wait to attack, and we keep telling him to buffer, but I think he's trying to perfect time attacks just like Street Fighter 6, doing links, you know? And it's like, no, buffer. If he buffered, we could evade. But if he doesn't buffer, then our evade's gonna fail, and we're gonna get hit. So that's why against him, I'll do forward dash evade or back dash evade. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And that's because I want to. Okay.
Is it the KK that causes?
No.
To evade? I don't know.
No. Okay, so what happens is if you fight during the CHANCHAI'S dojo session, some of those players are gonna buffer. Like Taco Guy will buffer. Okay. Some of those guys will not buffer. They think they are, but they're attacking late. They're hitting buttons late. Like they block something and they attack. You know how like you tried to block punish something, but you didn't buffer the punish. You kind of you inputted it when you could, which was when you reacted, but it was already kind of late, right? But in VF you got to do it kind of early. You got to do it before your character. You got to do it while your character is still in block stun, right? So if we practice like this, right? Go ahead and punish this, right? Or punish this, right? Yeah, so you've got it because you know you got to do it early, right? Yeah. And so if you're not buffering, then in the normal situation, evades don't work against somebody that's not buffering. Now, in my lectures, I do give a explanation of why they should buffer anyways. Because when the beginner hears, oh, if I don't buffer, the opponent cannot evade, isn't that good? And I would say, yes, if that was intentional, but the downside is that when you choose not to buffer, you're making your attack options worse because you have better options with the more frame advantage you have. The more frame advantage you give up, the worse your options get less better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you get worse frames.
Yeah. So to get maximized frames, you got to buffer. But if you throw away all those advantage frames, then suddenly evade becomes a harder option for your opponent to do, right? But at the beginner level, you fight a lot of people that don't buffer. Like, they think they're buffering, but they're not yet. They haven't felt it, or they haven't mastered buffering, and so they're attacking like after they've recovered. They think they're attacking before, but it's like, no, you got to do it earlier than that. And online, maybe earlier than that too. But this game lets you, when we say it lets you do it early, we do mean it lets you do really early, but of course, it's not like you get like 30 frames to do it. You get 12, but 12 is a lot for a fighting game. So, to mitigate that, when you fight somebody that doesn't buffer, then you should do, if you want to evade, backdash evade. The problem with backdash evade, though, the advantage you get from evade is not static. It's based on when you evaded the opponent's attack. So if you evade the opponent's attack early, that's better. If you evade the opponent's attack later, that's less advantageous. And so when you do something like what I'm doing when I do backdash evade, I know that my evade might not give me really good stuff. It might give me okay stuff, right? But I might not have like a huge punish, but I might get an okay punish instead. Because I threw away frames to make sure that I didn't evade when you were not attacking yet, and I increase the chance that I can evade when you eventually do attack. So that's why I'm doing backdash evade. Backdash is like an option select, right? So doing this, because if I get a successful evade, that backdash won't happen, and I'll be close enough to you that I can probably start fighting. So I want to respond to a successful evade, but I also want to get space enough away that you're more likely to miss. And when we're playing Jeffry, we're using slow attacks, but we're using heavy attacks. So this actually means that using our spacing is actually a very good way to improve the strength of our attacks, or how good they are. So a lot of what I've done when I fight you is like I'll do low punch, backdash, side kick, right? And this front kick, this is, I call it side kick, but it's a front kick. It's 3K. It's really good. When I do, go ahead and block. This is a really good pattern. This pattern has nailed you all night. So go ahead and block the 2K. So I do this, and then I want to do this, and this would punish a lot of things you were trying to do. And I would usually do it this range. See? And sometimes you would dash and attack, but I had already attacked early enough that I got you. So you see how that works? This is a trick I'm doing against you a lot. I don't think of it as a trick. I don't think of this as a trick, but this is what I'm doing a lot against you, because it is kind of hard with Jeffry. Other things I did against you, like let's say you did, if I was confident you were not going to complete 6P, then I would block it, and right away I would do toe kick. And if I got it, then I would, of course, backdash, because I'm trying to do the backdash into Splash Mountain. But the thing is this becomes kind of a flowchart, because then I see I got nothing, side kick. Nothing, 4-3P. Does that make sense? That's kind of the type of play I'm doing against you today. And if you rewatch the video, I want
strong.
This is
probably carrying me pretty far against the beginner league.
It will. So to get good at this technique, one, get good at 4-4, 3, 4-4, 2, 4-4. Especially practice 4-4, 8-4-4. You don't want to be dependent on down or up. You want to be good at both, especially in this game. But you know, Tekken, you can get away with having favorites on each side of the screen, but in this game you want to be good at both up and down evades, because it changes which one you should do all the time. So you want to get good at this, and then you want to get used to some flow patterns like this. So go ahead and block. You want to get used to like this into knee, but that's really risky. But you gotta assess your opponent. So sometimes just do this and just watch what they do, and then start to formulate. I think if this keeps happening, if they keep responding with like poke back, then I can do this. If their response to this, when you do this and they do low punch, then you can do into this. If they do, but you can also do like this, right? And this looks. Now that said, I need to tell you how to counter this. When a player's whiffing from this range, that's when I'm attacking you too. So the other thing is I am I am trying to whiff punish you. So whenever I see you whiff from about sidekick range, I am trying to. That's when I do try to go for some stuff like even P plus K or anything. Just depends on how far you are. So you want to be able to punish somebody you don't want to let this thing should get punished, and it gets punished by let's practice punishing it. I'll do this, and then you rush in as soon as that thing. You make sure that you don't get hit by it, but you try to find the timing for when you can rush in and hit him. Like hit him while this thing is recoiling. Right? So try to hit me, but the timing is going to be tricky. Yeah, you want to get good at this. If you know that this is what your opponent's going to do, right? So always watch. One of the best reads you can do in VF is just watching what people do in reaction to their low punch getting blocked. Obviously, if they mash, there's an easy answer, right? So if you mash low punch, then the easy answer is this: is Splash Mountain. If they mash low punch, the easy answer is just Splash Mountain, right? Right.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and practice it.
It's -5, so that lines up.
Yep. Yeah. Now it is hard to do. So if you can't do that, you have to admit to yourself, today I can't do this yet. So I'm going to do a faster option. So you can low punch back. You can 6 PP. 6 PP is a good way, right? You can do 4 KP.
Yeah. I've been elbowing because just it's more reliable. You have a few more frames.
But technically, if you can do 2P, technically you could do this. But you also have to remember the reason low punch is hard to, the reason block and elbow is hard. The standard answer, if you do go ahead and mash low punch. Standard answer is this, and this is like what a strong player is watching to see if the opponent can even do this. The reason that's hard though is the low punch has so little guard stun that like I don't get 12 frames to do this. I have to do this like right away, you know, right? I've got to do this pretty quick. But if I get good at it, and I'm reacting to like I know I'm gonna block, I see the low punch coming because it's such a distinct animation, right? That because I see that animation, I already know what I want to do. Then I'm like, I'm gonna. If I was a Jeffry player, if I saw somebody doing this, then my mind would be ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna block his low punch and toe kick him because it's just so good, right? And this is how you counter read somebody. If somebody likes to do pressure like this, and then they're still attacking, right? And then you see this, even though you blocked, they shouldn't have done that. They should have done this. This is what they should have done. This. Or ECD, right? This is actually what they should do in response to that. Same as if you go back here. So the way to use Shiwapans with P plus K is I actually have to hit you. So if I hit you, and then I do P plus K because of the frames, because I need that +5. I can also do P plus K when I block like a low punch, right? Or block something good. But generally, the generic way would be if I knew I was going to hit you with this, then I do this, and if like you block this mid and I'm not fuzzy guarding, then you can like I do this, that, right, this, and even if let's punish the better one. The better one is I'm going to do the follow-up. So if I do the follow-up, you can just low punch right away. Like actually, no matter what, you can low punch right away. There's not much I can do about it because of the way this string is. So if you block my P plus K, you can just low punch right away. And then if I do this the high follow up, your low punch is gonna win. So that's the dilemma, right? That's this move. Dilemma is like you want to be able to low punch after this mid. Sorry. Yep. So this is a hard move to see though. This is a very fast move. But eventually you want to build a kind of a reflex in your brain that like you have an opportunity. Now better yet, you can crouch dash, so block the mid and then crouch dash and PK, right? Like crouch dash and wait for the whiff. Yeah. And this takes a lot of practice. That said, this is not the most secure thing, but I'm just giving you what I see when I see people do stuff. So you try it. Just do P plus K P. Right? And I can do that, right? And I can throw, right? So you can do, like, you can just duck the high and throw them right away. I do this to you too, right? If I see a string that's got a high in it, then I can do all kinds of stuff with the advantage, right? So you want to get good at, you want to punish highs. At the level of play of most people last night, this is very strong, right? Because a lot of them are doing too many high attacks. When you hear me say doing too many high attacks, this is the exact reason why. Because actually you can do even toe kick. You could do like, right? You could even do that, right? You can do that, right? And so I'll do the same thing. So I'm going to do P plus KP. And I'm going to hold guard after it, so you got to try to find all the punishes you can. And you can do this against recorded AI. But it's kind of hard because you want to have them block, but at least you have an R3 button. So you want to duck the high and punish. And you got to do it. You don't have much time to do it. And you don't have to crouch dash. Just do 2G. I'm sorry. 3-3 is something eventually later is good if you can do it. But right now, just do 2G into punish. It takes a while to get used to, but the easiest one to start with is PK. Like duck under, PK. If you get used to that, you'll start to have better opportunities at punishing people on whiff in this game. You'll get the feel for it. So today you're learning backdash, evade, backdash. It's really, really good. Backdash evade by itself is also really good. And when you first use it, you should be watching your opponent. You should be baiting to see what they would do. Second thing we learn with punishing, right? So if you block and you do this, and eventually you want to practice this against in training mode, and then you can practice it against AI in special sparring or in arcade mode. It takes a while, but first you can start with recording. Yep, perfect. That was perfect. Perfect. Remember, you can 2G as soon as this mid hits you, as soon as this thing makes contact, you can 2G. You don't need to wait. You're not trying to 2G on reaction. You're trying to 2G in it early, in advance. Because I don't think he has a mid follow-up. Right? Am I wrong? I don't think he has a mid follow-up.
I mean, how many frames do I have?
You have quite a bit. You can do it like a 15 frame attack for sure. To be honest, okay, so block. After you block this move, I want you to throw, okay? I can get that for free. Try to block it, okay? Let's see. We'll get this. Really hard to do 15 frames, okay. But watch me do 6 PP, for sure that's gonna work. So that's guaranteed, right? But actually you can do, I think you can actually do 16 frames, but it's hard. But you can do like, so that's the fuzzy guard practice, right? You do, and with Jeffry, so I'm gonna block, you do P plus K, you guard cancel it, and you do a crouch dash into standing guard, okay? Good. Keep doing that. And you'll realize you have to buffer this. Like, no matter what, you gotta buffer it. Like, you can't wait and do it. But man, this move has a good amount of hits done that, like, just throwing response to it is kind of hard. There you go. The trick for the fuzzy guard, when you do the crouch dash, hold the second 3 input. The last down forward input, hold it until you see your character do it, start to move it. So. And you can do this against the AI. And then anytime, I'll write the drill down for you because it's really important to do this. Just practice this on when you have nothing to do. And not like an insane amount, but it's a really good one.
Defensive number 5, right?
Yeah. So guard attack.
Yeah, I already do that one for warm up.
Okay, good. And then you.
I've been doing it with 6P though, so my buffer timing was way off.
Well, yeah, we're both learning that P plus K has a decent amount of stun, right? Like it pushes, and because of that, like for me, I would hit throw and it would take a while.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm also noticing I cannot do 3-2-3 on the 2-player side very well. I can do 3-5-3 decent.
Honestly, on the player 2 side, I do 3-5-3. With bat top, I can do 3-2-3, but with ball top, I do, I just do the 3-5-3. Yeah, it is tough to do. I can do it actually 3-2-3. I'm doing it right now, but I feel more comfortable doing 3-5-3 there. So yeah, so yeah, you learn to do it for this move. You learn to do it for a lot of moves with Jeffry, but actually this move is really good. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and fight. Nice. That was a hard call out to a throw. Very good. There's that pattern. Now you can see it. I see you up in the air, so I go ahead and do this low one for some reason, but. Man, once you get those down, it's going to be so scary. But you're right though that 2K AP is a good threat. At some point people will forget about it, but then it becomes good because people are like, oh, he's trying to toe kick a Doom again. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Really good time to call it.
I think it's a good time to call it, but yeah.
That was fun.
All right. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. We'll chat more, and I'll send you a mess. I'll chat with you soon.